Extensive farming is an agricultural practice characterized by low input and labor intensity relative to the amount of land used. This method is generally used in areas where land is abundant but resources like water, capital, and labor are limited. Unlike intensive farming, which focuses on high yields per unit of land through substantial investments in fertilizers, pesticides, and labor, extensive farming often relies on natural processes, minimal labor, and larger land areas to achieve moderate yields. This approach is particularly common in regions with lower population densities, such as parts of North America, Australia, and some regions in Africa and South America. The primary goal of extensive farming is to produce crops and raise livestock in a way that maintains the ecological balance and minimizes environmental degradation. Crops grown in extensive systems often include cereals, grains, and forage plants that do not require intensive management. In terms of livestock, ranching and herding are typical forms, with animals like cattle, sheep, and goats grazing over large pastures. Extensive farming systems often allow livestock to graze naturally, which can be beneficial for animal welfare and can reduce costs associated with feed and housing. One of the key advantages of extensive farming is its sustainability in certain environments, particularly in grasslands, savannas, and semi-arid regions where soil quality may be unsuitable for intensive agriculture. By relying on natural grasslands or lightly cultivated fields, extensive farming systems help to preserve soil quality, reduce erosion, and support biodiversity. Additionally, because it uses fewer artificial inputs like fertilizers and pesticides, this method reduces the risk of chemical runoff, which can pollute water sources and harm local ecosystems. However, extensive farming also has its challenges. One major limitation is its lower productivity per unit of land. Since yields per hectare are often modest, extensive farming is less suited to densely populated regions where food demand is high. Climate variability and weather patterns can also significantly impact production in extensive farming systems, as they are more dependent on natural rainfall and temperature conditions. This makes extensive farms particularly vulnerable to droughts, floods, and other environmental changes linked to climate change. In terms of economic viability, extensive farming is often more cost-effective for large-scale agricultural businesses or those located in areas with ample land. However, smaller farms practicing extensive farming may struggle to compete with intensive farms that achieve higher productivity levels. To address this, some extensive farms have diversified by integrating sustainable practices, agroforestry, or ecotourism as supplementary income sources. In conclusion, extensive farming is an agricultural model that emphasizes sustainability and low environmental impact, albeit at the cost of lower productivity. It remains essential for food production in low-density, large land regions and offers a viable solution for producing food in harmony with natural ecosystems.